Hey, kia ora. My name is Spanky Moore. My mum calls me Josh, but most other people call me Spanky. It's a long story. You don't need to know about that. I've just moved back home to Whakatū Nelson after living in Christchurch for ages, where I had been the chaplain at Canterbury University. And the great folks from the NMIT Wellbeing team have asked me to come and make some short videos for all of you amazing NMIT students out there about how you can look after your mental and emotional well-being in these crazy times. And you know, being a student can be stressful at the best of times. You've got assessments and exams to get on top of. You've got to try and stay motivated to turn up to class. You've got your parents' expectations. And most students are normally doing all of this while living on a really tight budget. And then you throw in COVID and lockdowns. And if you're anything like me, all of this might make you feel anxious or tired or just over it. But after having hundreds of conversations with stressed out students over the years, I want to give you one of the best bits of advice I have to help your emotional health in the long run. And it might surprise you. I know it surprised a lot of the students I've shared it with. And my advice is this: put more time into your friendships. You see, I've spoken to hundreds of students about the lost art of friendship. And I'm honestly convinced that having a few great friends is one of the most important things that you can do for your emotional health. Because a friend is someone that you can talk to, you can laugh with, you can cry with, you can just hang out with. And it's someone who will check in on you if you're not doing so great. A chap called George Eliot once put it like this, and I love this quote: "Friendship is the inexpressible comfort of feeling safe with a person, having neither to weigh your thoughts nor measure your words." And when you're in the company of a great friend, you just feel connected and you just feel safe. But lots of students actually feel really lonely. Maybe you do. And feeling lonely and getting isolated is not good for our emotional well-being. And so I think the idea of friendship has probably become a little muddled for some of us, partly because of things like Facebook and Instagram and social media, where it can give us the impression of being connected to lots of people, but in reality the connection is actually quite superficial, and in the end it can make us feel even more isolated. So let me give you my top tips for being a great friend. I've got 3 of them. Firstly, friendship takes effort. And lots of people assume friendship should be effortless. You know, it's just organic. It should just happen. But I've lost so many great friends by taking them for granted and not prioritizing them enough. And if you don't tend to your friendships, I guess they're a bit like a plant. They can turn into an acquaintance really, really fast. You know, they go from being a friend to suddenly just someone you see around every now and then. So you've got to book in time for a regular coffee or beer or board game with your friends. Or if they live further afield, honestly, take the time to Zoom them or call them every week. Friendship is just too important to neglect. Second tip: go deep, not wide. You don't have to try and be friends with everyone, but instead ask yourself, who are the 2 or 3 people currently in my life that I'd like to try and stay friends with for the long run, and then start investing in those relationships. And my last tip's this: start being a good friend to your friends. And here's the 3 things I try to be for my friends. I don't say I always pull this off, but here's what I try to do for my friends. First thing, when I'm trying to be a good friend, great friends acknowledge the importance of trusting each other. So don't gossip. Nothing kills a friendship like betraying someone's trust. Second, great friends try to forgive each other and to reconcile if they have a falling out. So if you really love a friend, try and make up over any fights that you have if you can. And the third tip: great friends encourage each other and celebrate each other's achievements rather than feeling intimidated by each other and just putting each other down. So that's my advice to kick off this week. Take time to kōrero and invest in your friendships. So ka kite, thanks so much for watching, and we'll drop another video in a few days about how to make new friends.